Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world, this is the world away, and we've now got issue 83 of D'Agostini's Build Your Own R2-D2. Okay, in this issue we're going to be doing finishing the top ring, and we're going to be putting some sensors on it. As you can see, this is pretty much what we've got. I brought this over from last time because we're going to be continuing this. And over here, if you can look, we've still got the frame that we worked on last time. And I've kept the electrics there because we're going to be doing some electric tests to make sure that the sensors are working on that. So I'm going to put that to one side, just quickly show you what we're doing. I don't think there are as many pages as we had in the last issue, so it should be nice and quick. But what we're going to do, this whole page here, we're going to finish the ring. Then we're going to be attaching the sensors to the motherboard. Then we're going to be putting the sensors on the ring. And then we're going to be attaching the ring to this big frame here. So it does look to be quite a lot, but I'm sure it's going to go a lot quicker than we see. And I'll try and let you know what screws I'm using at the time. But as you know, once again, the screws are potluck. Who knows? So first thing we need to do, this is steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Is we're going to take this last piece of the jigsaw out here. As you can see, I've got all of the numbers upright on this, so I'm going to keep it exactly the same for this one. And we've got these little joining sections, which will just go underneath these, like that, and like, oops, that on this one. And then we do the same on the other side. Now they're going to be connected, this bit and this bit, by 2 times 4mm screws. The difference between these two screws is obviously they've got a smaller head than the other silver ones. So when these go in, let's just put this in now. When these go in, they won't come out the other side. They should fit nice and flush. So let's get the first one in now without losing it. Load my screwdriver up. And get that in. That's going in. Not at all. Let's get that in. It's going in now. There we go. That's that one in. And then we'll do the second one. So how is everyone? It's nice to get these out of the way, but I'm sure a lot of you who have subscribed to this are going to start getting yours through D'Agostini. Issues 86, 87, 88, 89. So I don't think I'm going to get my ones of those until the start of October. But we'll see. We will see. What else has been going on? I've had an update of my Facebook channel, and the link to that is on the front page of my YouTube channel. I'm going to be a lot more active on the Facebook page now, because it's nice to have everything collated in one place, and it's the best place I get notifications when you guys message me. So if you haven't already subscribed to that, head on over to the link in the description and join my Facebook group, and then I can answer you a lot more personally on that. I'm normally pretty good with that, as people will tell you when they see. But look, there we go. That's the ring completed, so that was all the way up to step 6. We can keep this to one side now. I'll put that under the Millennium Falcon because we're going to have a muck around now with all these sensors. So let's get these out. We've got 1, 2 wires, and then we've got the brackets that these are going to fit on. So first thing it wants me to do is I'm going to undo these wires. These wires are exactly the same for each sensor, so it doesn't matter which one we use, but I'll just undo one for now. And in step 2, it says, take one of the cables and align its plug with the socket on the right sensor, which is marked with an R. So let's have a look. Yep, as you can see on here, look, you've got an R there. If I hold that up against the next one, there's an L there. Okay, I'll show you how this goes in. Basically, you're going to be using the smaller of the 2 connectors there, because obviously this one's got a little bit of a line extrusion, and that socket hasn't, so it can only go in one way. And the way it goes is the one where you got the lip, just make sure that points down towards the motherboard and make sure it locks into place. So that looks just like that. It wants me to repeat that on the other one, so once again I'll take off the little thing. I love them. I do save them, as I mentioned in the last video. And then we get this one in as well. Push it down so it's nice and tight. We are going to be testing this, so that's the 2 sensors done. And once we've done that, we're going to be putting these on the matching blocks over here. Now, it says, now take the 2 sensor mounts on 4 2.3 by 6mm self-tapping screws. That's our famous black ones here. I'm just going to get a few of them together. Okay, so in step 6, both of these little white things are the same, so it doesn't matter which one you use, but what does matter is you put the sensor in the right way. So you see you've got these little indents here. We want to make sure that the black bits are pointing towards them, so when that goes in, it's going to look just like that. Have a good focus on that. because that is how that's going to be put on. And they're going to be secured in with the 2.3 by 6mm screws. That's the self-tapping ones. So we've got to do this for both of them now. So I'll get the first one in, which is going to be hard because I've got to line the holes up. There we go, got the first one in. Oh, nice and tight. And then we'll put the second one in. So this bit, once you know the alignment of it, is quite easy. And it's going to be very repetitive as well because we've got to do the same thing again. So that's that one on. We do the same with this one. So again, have it that way round. And then this is just going to sit on top, just like that. And then put the screw in. You can tell you've done it the right way because if you haven't, you ain't going to have a hole to put a screw in. So let's get that one in. I haven't tightened that one fully there because I want to just get this one in as well on this side, and then there we go. Now we can go nice and tight with these. So first one in, and just tighten that top one that we had there on. There we go. That's it. And that means we've got these both mounted on the sensors just like that. That's the right, that one's the left one. That takes us up to step 10. And step 11, we're going to be attaching these to the ring. Now, the way they're going to be going on the ring is if we were to have the ring this way round, so we can actually see the screw holes on that. I've just noticed actually these screws are poking through. I will change them afterwards. They should be flush. So the screws I used just then are too long. They should be flush like that. So I'll fix that afterwards. Obviously I'm using the wrong screws there, so be careful of that. You'll know that as well. So you should be able to run your finger along it without feeling screws. But you see we've got these two indents. We've got one indent this side and we've got one indent this side. This is where these are going to be going. And the way they're going to be fitting on is that if these are up, then the sensors are going to be sort of like attaching underneath like that. So that's how they're going to look. But they're going to be secured in from the other side, but we need to make sure we're putting the right one in. So it says, what's the first one we're going to do? Align the left sensor with the top ring as shown here and in the big picture. So the left sensor is going to be basically going into this little nodule there, like that, and that's going to be put into place just like that. I'm making sure that we have put these in the right way. It should be. Yep, that's right. It's following the picture. When it says the left sensor, you don't know if it's left from that way round or that way round, but it's left from this way round. And these are going to be secured in with, it says, and then we can secure it with a screw. It doesn't tell us what screw, so I'm going to use the old faithful 2x3 by 6mm because it is going into plastic. So we'll get the first one in here. Get that lined up. Oops, it's moving. We don't want it moving. There we go. That's the first one in. And we'll get the second one in. Just through the top there. And tighten it up. So that was the right one I've just put in there. Just put the right sensor in there. So the left sensor will be going into this one here. Exactly the same as what we just did last time. Just like that. I'm going to show you another way to see that you've put the right one in a second. I'll load the screwdriver up and get that locked into place and then put this in just like so. Nice and tight, and then the last one just in this hole here. Just like that. Now you know you put them in the right way because if you look at it from this end here, you see how the motherboard's coming up to the edge on the plastic here, but on this side it isn't. You've got a lot. The two closest edges should be facing each other in that little gap there. So that should look just like that. Now before we attach this to the top piece ring, we're going to be putting a blocker in just this section here. But before I do that, my OCD is driving me crazy. I'm going to take these screws out and put them in for the correct ones. And there we go. As you can see, they're all flush now. to this unit here. All the screws that I needed for this came in the last issue. I haven't actually had to go to my box of tricks to open anything there. Okay, so once that's done and screwed on, we're going to need a 2.5 by 6mm screw, which is a silver one. I'm trying to figure out, that's probably this one here. That looks about 6mm, I'm guessing. And we're going to need the black blocker, which is the last thing left in this pack here. And all that's going to do is, this looks pretty much the same way round, although there is a little number 4 on that in the corner. I want to make sure I put this the right way round. It says slot the ring into the centre stop over this tab on the ring, pushing it in all the way into place until the fixing holes align, and then we're going to be screwing it in from this side here. So when this goes in, I don't think it matters what way because it's pretty symmetrical, but we're going to have that in just like that. So once that's on, we'll line this up with the screw, the 2.5 by 6mm, screwing it in from the top there. And I don't know what is the top, but the top is basically where these two bits are here. You can see that's what it's looking like from the other side, and that's the little blocker in place. Now once we've done that, it's looking exactly like it does in the picture, so that's always a good sign. We're going to be attaching this top ring now to this bit here. Now I may need to line the cameras up a little bit better so you can see what I'm doing now. Okay, I've had a bit of a muck around with the cameras because I've had to lift them up, because now we're going to be putting this central ring on. Now, the way this is going to go is, if this is this way round, the sensors are going to be going on this side just over here. So it's going to be fitting on just like that, and yet all the bigger bits here that hold them together are going to be facing down. So on top, it's pretty much flush, apart from the screw holes that we've got holding the sensors on there. So what we want to do is we want to line these up on this side here and this side here with the pins that we've got at the top of the leg frames there. So they're in there now, and we're going to be securing these all in with 2.4 by 4mm screws. Trying to figure them out. Are pretty much the ones that I just took out of that other unit, I believe. So I'm going to try them and see how they look. These are going to be put in on these two slots here above the leg joist, leg frame, sorry. That's the first one in. Let's get another one together. Again, I haven't had to go to my box of tricks. This is what we got in the last issue. Here's the second one here. I think this is probably best on the top camera, but I'll have a look in post-production what's best for that. So that's 1, 2. It says we should have 4 in these. I haven't read these instructions, to be honest with you, so I'm looking at this the first time to make sure I put enough screws in. Most of the time I end up realising I've only put 4 in and I should have been putting 8 or something. So secure the top ring to the leg support with a 2.4 by 4mm screw. We've done that, followed by the other, so that's 4, and repeat steps 3 to 5 to secure the other side of the top ring to the left leg support. So, yep, that's 4 screws. They're all in stock in there. The only other screw we've got to put in is a 2.5 by 8mm, which goes down there, which is this one here. This is a nice big screw. You're not going to miss this one. Get that in. There we go. Take some screw in this one. But there we go, that one's in as well. And that is the top ring now completed on the vehicle. Now what we have to do is we have to test these sensors. So this is going to be fun. So I'm going to put the wires out just like that. And let's talk about the test board. This is what we used last time. I'm just going to move this over here. And hopefully you can see that on one of the cameras here. And the way they want this lined up this time is that we don't need... what don't we need? We're only going to be running off... Don't need these bits in here. We don't need this second test board. The only board that we're going to need is this one here. Now these sensors are going to be plugged into just this end hole here. So let's get them in. I'm going to test the right one first, and then once that's in, it says we'll turn it on. Bob, and we've got a green light there, if you can see that. Just try and find something to use. There's a green light. It says, turn on the batch box. The red and the green lights on the test board should both come on. Slip a thin, opaque object such as a metal ruler in the sensor as shown. The green light should go out. So the right sensor, put that in there. Oh, look, it works. So we know that one works. Let's unplug that and we'll test the left sensor. And this time, Wayne, you're going to check that you're actually recording this on one of the cameras. So again, you can see a green light's just come on there. Actually, it's better on that top camera there. Once again, if I put a sensor in there, it goes out. Perfect. So, sensors work as well. And that, believe it or not, is that issue completed. We've got a nice big unit now. All ready for issue 84, which I've heard about. Look at all the clutches and gears and everything in that, which is going to make the blue little details on the front ping out when we press some sort of button. And I understand a lot of people have had problems with that. But I'm going to save that one till tomorrow because I don't know how that's going to go. Quite an interesting issue. Be careful with those screws. It's D'Agostini's Guess the Screw game. But other than that, it went quite well. Hope you like that video. Take care.